let's get right into it because I'm still mad. I thought that I liked this new bromance being created between Big D and Fuego, but now not so much. Somebody finna get dropped off. Big D and Fuego, they've come to the end of that Eden road. Now, out of all the ridiculous things and all the ridiculous decisions that we've seen on All the Queen's Men, nothing tops what Fuego and Big D just pulled. They found Sandra's murderers, tied them up in Fuego's apartment, and then just left them there while they go shake their ass at the club. Now, this ain't Big D's first crime. This ain't even his second. He should know better. But what you don't do is tie them up and then just leave. I don't know, y'all. This plot has gone all the way left, and somebody's about to lose their lives. Somebody innocent. Fuego has never been guilty of anything, but he always seemed to get tied up in the middle of things, right? And let's be clear here. Fuego never asked for a partner. He never asked for his help. Fuego had a mission. He was going to find Sandra's killers, handle his business, and keep it moving. But then here comes Big D. I got you, bro. I'm 10 toes down. I'm ride or die. You heard me? All of that bullshit. As soon as things get a little heated, you want to go to work. Really? He just inserted himself into Fuego's revenge mission, right? Like, why? Now, we all know that Fuego was gonna need some help, okay? Because he ain't about that life. But if your plan was to just take him out, why not just do that? See, this is why you can't let everybody know your business. Big D forced his way in, begging for a seat at the table. And Fuego should have just left his ass where he was because his critical thinking skills, they need some work. I really wish that I was making this up. This man really put revenge on hold because he didn't want to be late for work. He should have counted up the cost before he agreed to do anything. This is just ridiculous. This isn't what down for whatever looks like. Big D, I don't know, you're just down until Madam says to clock in. You left 2 real-life murderers with some IKEA rope and some duct tape in your apartment. Fuego, what do you think is gonna happen? Big D had all that bark and no bite. He started off as Mr. Tough Guy, right? Fuego, you do need backup. You know, I got you. But you may have been better off calling, I don't know, Midnight or somebody. In this man's apartment, staring murderers in the face. You worried about your timesheet? This math ain't mathin'. This is what's killing me. I feel that, I don't know, maybe he just needs a storyline since Dime kicked him to the curb. What else is there for him to do? He finally gets a storyline and the opportunity to help his friend get revenge, and this is what you do? I bet Fuego is regretting ever opening his mouth to this man. And let me not let Fuego off the hook fully. Now, I know you ain't gonna bust a grape for real, and I know that you're upset and you need help. I get it. But murderer does not hold a spot on your resume. Knew you weren't gonna do for real. Fuego is one of them let me call the cops type of triggers, right? Never really takes nonsense into his own hands like this. But you done sat up here and let Big D talk into this bullshit. You've got 2 angry killers in your apartment waiting for you to get off work. And then what? Fuego, come on, man. This is basic common sense. If you catch a murderer, don't leave them in your house alone. I really do see your dilemma, Fuego, but that's the wrong move, my guy. What I'm really afraid of is that this is the last episode that's going to be hosted by Dumb and Dumber here. These killers are not going to let them get away with this. I guess they just want to give the killers a fighting chance. Maybe their conscience is kicking in all of a sudden. I mean, that's the only reason that I can think of for abandoning common sense. I mean, this should be a murder cleanup at this point, not making a decision on whether you should clock in or not. Fuego, next time, don't answer the phone, don't open the door, don't even look in Big D's direction. Just go solo dolo, okay? Also remember that if somebody is volunteering this hard to have your back, they're usually the first ones to bail out. It would have been just better off by yourself. And if Madam finds out, y'all both out of here. And honestly, she should get rid of y'all for making this dumbass decision. Because right now at this point, these 2 are a couple of loose ends, right? Ones that Madam never expected. I mean, who looks at Fuego as a killer and someone who's gonna seek revenge? Remember, she kept following him, following up with him, making sure that he was good. It's like the first half of season 4. We all know that Madam don't do loose ends, and you've just turned your entire apartment into one big liability. Do you even have a plan? Or was the plan to just catch them and wing it? I mean, if you're gonna do dirt this big, at least think it through. And Big D, you should have just skipped your shift. You could have called in sick, anything. Hell, at this point, y'all could have just told Madam the truth. But being that she's the one who actually hired them in the first place, don't really know how well that's gonna go. And we also know that these 2 murderers, they're not just gonna sit there tied up and do nothing. The minute these 2 left, I'm sure they started working on a plan. And when they get back, they're either gonna have to kill you or leave the premises, and plot to get rid of you altogether later on. D wanted to feel important. He wanted to be needed because Dime is done with his ass. But being needed comes with a big responsibility, right? It's not just talking about what you're going to do and being all loud. You got to deliver. He hyped himself up for a mission that he had no business signing up for. Now Fuego's left with this mess to clean up that shouldn't even be happening in the first place. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this scene down in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You know I'd appreciate it. If you're a fan of All the Queen's Men like I am, go ahead and sub to this channel. Thank you so much, you guys. I think it was over 1,000 of you guys that actually subbed to the channel the last 28 days. So thank you so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here and tuning in and watching the videos. Mwah. Thank you so much, you guys, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.